What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Planet Crafter. We are just about to hit 1 Giga TI right now. And we unlocked a new blueprint. What a great start to an episode. That's awesome. Especially since after yesterday's episode, yeah, last episode, it was one of those just epic episodes where we got so much done. We launched 4 rockets. All of our rates are just going through the roof now. We built a bunch of stuff. It's going to be hard to top that. It's going to be hard to top. I sat down today. I'm like, what am I even going to work on compared to what we just accomplished? But unlocking a new blueprint is always a good start. So let's take a look at this. This is our water filter. We can equip this and it will allow us to drink water directly from lakes. So we no longer have to carry water bottles with us. Okay, so I say that, but we still may want to take one with us when we go exploring, because there are parts of the world that just don't have water yet. Like that Death Valley crater of death that I almost died in a few days ago. We might want to take a water bottle with us over there. But let's see, we got some biomass nuggets, we got aluminum, we got silicone, we got fabric. We got all this. So let's do it. Oh yeah, we need to stay on top of our methane. I guess I need to go ahead and add some storage over here for methane. Right now I'm just throwing it into my water storage. But we need to make something for that. So 2 biomass nuggets, and then I think the other 2 ingredients were silicon and aluminum. So let's do that. And then of course our water, which we've only got 1 bottle on us, but once we make this, we won't need that anymore. So here we go. Allows to drink directly from lakes. We'll equip that, then we'll go try it out. So check this out. You just walk up to water now and drink. It doesn't fill your gauge, just one little click. It gives you like 30 or 40% of your water, but I mean, that's fine. You just keep clicking until you're full. It's easy. I'm curious why it's done that way. It's like, who's going to only fill up half their water gauge or something? And the water bottles fill it up all the way, but whatever. Just something to keep in mind. I don't think we harvested any algae last time. I was so caught up in everything else that we were doing. I just didn't get around to the algae. So I think I probably want to launch a few more rockets today. As I mentioned last time, keeping our rates up is really, really important now. It's always important, especially early on when you're getting started, just to get that initial momentum. But now as we are entering the late game, stuff's going to start taking longer and longer and longer. And if we don't stay on top of our rates, then things are just going to take forever to reach the next big milestone. Oh, that is big. That is so big. I was going to go look at our blueprints and see how close we are to the tier 2 ore extractor. And we just unlocked it. Do you guys know what that means? That means we can go build ore extractors for super alloy, for osmium, hopefully for zeolite. I don't know. I don't know. I have not tried that. That's so big. All right, I'm going to make 2 bacteria samples just to kind of get rid of some of this algae because we've got so much. Do I need a 3rd chest over here? I've got 2 chests, 2 storage lockers full of algae. I've got 2, I guess 1, yeah, a little bit 1 and over. Okay, let's do that first. Let's bring in some more storage. So I don't want to just stop collecting this stuff because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. Not want to have it when we need it. Speaking of needing it, we're going to empty out our water and bring this over. We'll check our lake water thing. I think I'm going to move this over here to this side. Just because we built our gas extractor over here, it was just getting really crowded. So I think that'll be a little bit better. Okay, so where are we going to put this additional water container? I think maybe we just kind of turn it sideways and sneak it in here. Can we do that? No. Okay, maybe for now, just for now, I'm going to throw it there. And this will actually be methane, I guess. So we'll throw our methane in there. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Here's what we're going to do. We'll put our methane in here. Did I get it all? Yeah. And I'm actually going to move our trees storage over here. So let's do that. Because I think we've unlocked the blueprint for the DNA manipulator. And we can actually build that now. I just totally slipped my mind that we had that. And so I want to build that in here, in our biolab. To me, that just kind of makes sense. And that's going to require trees. It's also going to require our flowers. And so maybe we move these over there now as well. Having them in here made sense and was a good place for this stuff. But now that we're moving on, I think it makes sense to put all this stuff in here. And you know what I may do today? Maybe we'll go and search some additional golden chests to get some more of those golden seeds. Alright, so our DNA manipulator takes 1 super alloy, 1 bioplast nugget, explosive powder, zeolite, and osmium. We've got the explosive powder, we've got that. I think we've got all this. I think we've got all of it. That's exciting. I didn't even think about that last episode. Let's eat our beans. Or beans. We'll get our super alloy. Yep, we got plenty of super alloy last time. All right, here we go. How's this going to affect our power? We're still pretty good on power. Whoa, that takes 117? Are you kidding me? Wow, that is the single greatest power consumption thing that we've built so far. Wow, like only this stuff above this line uses more power than that, and you know, we've got 2 of these, 3 of those. That is massive amounts of power for this. So we can do it, but I think the next thing that we got to focus on is more power. More power. No one ever accused me of being good at impersonations, so don't fault me for that. Okay, so the DNA manipulator, what do we do with this? There's 2 screens. One is the actual DNA manipulator. You put some stuff in here, you click research. We don't have anything yet, but then you can also show the DNA recipes. So we can make a bunch of different tree seeds. And you can see for each of these, it takes a tree bark, a mutagen, and a different type of seed. And then you can see the oxygen multiplier that you get from that. The oxygen multiplier is actually pretty low. It's 125%, 150, 125, 150. But these go into tree spreaders, which we don't have any yet. And those, they produce a lot of oxygen. So even with the 125 or 150 oxygen multiplier, I think we're still going to be getting more oxygen from those tree spreaders as we are getting from the flower spreaders. So let's start making some of these, because when we do unlock the recipe for the tree spreaders, it'll be good to already have those trees. So let's take a look. What are the ones that are going to give us a 150% boost? So that's Amora. I don't think we have any of those. I don't have any of those. I don't even know where those come from. The plant Orema. I don't think we have any of those either. Yeah, I think all the ones that we've got just give us 125. But that means there's no added benefit from using our C. Tusca, which is the big oxygen multiplier out of this group, versus like a C. Chenga, which is the small one. They're both going to give us the same oxygen output. So we'll take one of these, and then we also need, what, a mutagen? So our mutagens are going to require a bacteria sample, methane cartridge, and sulfur. So we're doing okay on sulfur. We should probably go clear out our sulfur drill, our sulfur ore extractor. So I'm just going to turn all of these into mutagens. Should probably label this thing. Oh, you know what? We just made space. Wait, what? Why? Where did all of our methane go? Oh, okay. Methane. Yep, okay. So I'm a computer programmer, and one of the big no-nos in computer programming is updating the code and not updating the documentation. And I think I just committed the equivalent offense of this game, where I updated my storage but didn't update the label. So what is this going to be? I don't know. You're a placeholder. What are we missing? Methane. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll make 4 mutagens. Oh, you know what? This can be our bacteria stuff. Which we don't... I guess we'll throw 3 of these in here. And we'll use 1 right now to make a tree of some sort. So we can start making a treed C linifolia. So you click start sequencing, and this will just slowly start ticking up to 100%. Looks like it'll probably take maybe 5 or 10 minutes for that to complete. And then when it's done, we'll get this guy, which we can put into a tree spreader. And how close are we to that? 65 tons of biomass. We're doing okay. We're inching our way up. Let's launch a biomass rocket, and that'll help. So our biomass rocket, if I remember, I believe that takes a seed lerma, and I don't remember what else. Let's go check. I love this little water drinking thing. Just drink water whenever. So biomass, fertilizer, and tree bark. We got that. Actually, you know what? Let's launch 2 biomass rockets. Let's do it. Let's really kick it up. I want to get that tree spreader today. That can be our big accomplishment. That'll be the title of this episode. Episode 16, Tree Spreader. I think we've even got 2 rockets. Yeah, look at that. All being prepared and everything. I don't know why we have 2 rockets. Did we find those somewhere? I think we found those in a chest. So seed spreader 1, go. And I'll wait for this one to clear the launch pad. It is funny to watch 2 rockets get stuck, but we'll just let them take off. And biomass spreader 2, go. Okay, next priority, power, because that is so pathetic. I mean, I don't even think we could build a wind turbine. I think building not a wind turbine, a tier 1 drill. I think like literally building anything would push us over the edge. So let's take care of that. I'm going to empty out these ore extractors because we're running a little bit low on iron. Prioritize the iron over this other stuff. We'll clear all this out. I need the iron to build 2 more what I call scaffolding. I think they're called platform grids, to put the next nuclear power generator on. Alright, so let's do this. I think we've got enough space on what's there that we just need 2 more. And then we'll build yet another nuclear reactor. So 3 water bottles, which we've got. 3 uranium rods. Ooh, we're getting low on our uranium. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make 1 more of those. This is going to have to be our last power generator for a while. Nuclear reactor. 1 iridium rod and 1 explosive powder. We'll get our water from here. Yeah, so every now and then I'll get one of these oxygen capsules. I like to just go ahead and use those. Get them out of there so that it can keep producing methane. But I don't need it cluttering up my inventory. So I think, yeah, we got explosive powder. That's good. That's good. Let's check our biomass. It's really ticking up now. So yeah, we should definitely... Well, I say that. We're still like 60 away. Not 60. 20 biomass away from it. So it may be close. I think we can do it, but it may be close. All right, we'll throw down 1 more nuclear reactor. If it will let us. There we go. All right, you know what I think we need? I think we need some lighting. I think we need some outside lamps. I'm gonna head over to our aluminum mine. We'll empty this stuff out. We'll make some super alloys. Then we'll bring back some iron and magnesium to build some lamps. Because every time it gets dark, which the darkness doesn't last that long, so it's kind of okay. But every time it gets dark, it's just like, it's super dark. So let's start with this. I think we can only get 2 super alloy out of this. Yeah, so we're missing silicon and magnesium. Okay, 1 more. Alright, and then we'll take as much of this back as we can. I forgot to empty out the water and methane from my inventory. So we'll take that, and this other stuff, I think we'll just put it into storage over here. We'll put a couple of these into storage. We'll take the rest back with us. You know what? Since I'm about to be using magnesium, we'll go and grab some of this that we pass along our way home. What mining speed microchip do I have? Tier 3? I think I've unlocked Tier 4, but I never built it. Those mining speed microchips, they're good. It's certainly better than the default, but they only go up by 10% each tier. And that's just not a huge difference on its own. But the difference between having the tier 5 mining speed microchip and having nothing is pretty significant. So in the end, it makes a difference. But each individual upgrade, it's just kind of like, whatever. So let's see, these take iron and magnesium. So I'm going to set one up over here to start with. Just because this area I noticed was like super dark. And so I'm going to put this here. And you can kind of see as you can rotate these and it changes which direction they're shining. So I want this to kind of shine over our desk area. I'm curious why it won't let me place it there, but it will let me place it here. Whatever. Alright, so I'll put that there. So when it gets dark now, we should still be able to see this. I'm going to leave it white. These area lamps, I don't really go for changing their color. I use them for illumination. Those, I guess, outside lamps. The area lamps I change the colors of. The outside lamps I leave white. So let's eat our beans. Where else should we put some lighting? I think we need some around our base. And so I'm going to put it up top here just because it covers such a small area that I think putting it up a little bit higher is just going to light up more space. So we'll put one there. We'll put one kind of over here. That's good. Maybe we'll put one on top of our storage. Kind of.
I didn't understand.
What? my Google Assistant in the background thought I was talking to it. Technology. Technology is great when it works and kind of terrible when it doesn't. And then we'll throw one more kind of right here facing down. I'll kind of put it that way at an angle a little bit. All right. So these really don't make much difference during the daytime. But at night, this area should be lit up a lot better. It should look pretty cool. We need some around our bio base as well. Now we're out of magnesium. I'm not going to worry about trying to light up everything. And we don't need to light up every single piece of equipment, every ore extractor, every walkway. But the stuff that we frequent, it would be nice to have those lit up. So actually, let me do this. Let me put a foundation grid right here, and then I'll put the lighting on top of that. Again, just to try to get off the ground a little bit, but I think that also looks kind of cool to have it up in the air. And you know what? Maybe just for kicks, just for the sake of decoration, I think I'm going to put a solar panel or two behind it. I think that would actually look really cool. Because right now we have this foundation grid with a single lamp right on the corner. It's like, why is the rest of it there? And so maybe we'll throw up a couple of these. And it'll be like, ah, that's why there's that whole area with all these things on it. Yeah. And these things are actually still providing decent power. It's nowhere near our tier 2 nuclear reactors, but because they're so much cheaper and you can build so many of them, if we look at this, our nuclear reactors total, I mean, yeah, 1,657 kilowatt hours versus 253 from these. But that 253, and that takes care of like all of our food growers, all of our seed spreaders. All of our seed spreaders are being accounted for by our solar panels. So it's not nothing. They're not worth ignoring even later in the game. I don't think I'm going to set up an area lamp over here because or our outside lamp over here because we've got our area lamps. I talked about building another bridge on this side. Let's go ahead and do that. So we need some titanium and silicon for a little doorway. And then we've got a bunch of iron for the platform grids. And I think I'm going to put it on this side right here. Seems like a good place. And then we'll see if we can kind of line this up, eyeball it. It's kind of weird building bridges while hovering on a jetpack. The future is now. Let's see. Is that sticking out far enough, or do we need to go one more? Let's come out one more. I think having the stairs in the water like that is kind of a... Seems like somebody miscalculated. Grab one more iron. Actually, I'll grab two more iron because... Actually, we'll grab 3 more iron because I want to build an outside lamp on a platform grid on this side like I did on that side. So there we go. We've got our stairs with our bridge leading to this side. That's good. I like it. This space is really looking good. So we'll throw down one of these guys here. Put an area lamp on it. Kind of facing that way. I keep saying area lamp. It's an outside lamp. Come on, Dave. Get your head in the game. And then we'll throw up some solar panels on that as well. So we need 2 iron, 2 magnesium, 2 silicon, 4 cobalt, and 2 aluminum. Let's see if I remembered it all correctly. Oh, it's magnesium, not titanium. Close, close. All right. This was a decent little base upgrade foray. Should we have these all face... I think it makes sense to have all these solar panels kind of facing more or less the same direction. It would be weird to have some facing like that way and then some facing that way and some facing that way. It's like, what are these pointing at if not the sun? There. Yeah. All right. Nice little biolab upgrade plus some lighting on the rest of our base. This is going to look really cool next time it gets dark. Kind of looking forward to that. Okay. So let's take a look at our tier 2 ore extractors. What do these guys require? Ooh, lots of energy. Lots and lots of energy. So this is actually different. Because I have built tier 2 ore extractors, and they'd never required super alloy rods before. The super alloy rods were added in the last update. I forget what the recipe used to be, but it was not this. So I think the first one that we're going to have to build is going to have to be in the super alloy cave. So we'll have a steady stream of super alloy to allow us to build more of these. So I think step number 1 is going to make... I think we've got enough super alloy for this. It's actually 8, and is it aluminum? Yeah, 8 and an aluminum, which is different from the other rods. It's interesting why they went that way. Okay, so we'll do that. Power is going to be an issue. We've got the power. I got the power. But we can. It's still a massive amount of power. It's gonna eat into the rest of our reserves. And then 2 iridium rods. Okay, yeah, that was quick and easy. So let's fly over to our super alloy cave. We'll build one of these guys. Actually, let's take a detour getting over there. I'm gonna head over to the zeolite cave. And I'm gonna build the ore extractor there, just kind of temporarily. I'm just going to build it and then check it and see if we can get zeolite from that cave. Because that would be super exciting if we can. Oh, and while we're here, we'll empty that out, bring some sulfur back with us. We'll take that sulfur. We need to come back out here and build a shredder machine. I'll have to remember that. Let's be honest, it's probably not going to happen this episode. But maybe. Maybe. It's just such a passing... Oh yeah, on our way to do this other thing, while we were on our way to do this other thing, let's remember to do this other thing. It's probably not going to happen. So let's come all the way back here, where we're surrounded by zeolite, just to kind of be sure. And let's see what happens if we build a tier 2 ore extractor right here. Oh, that's amazing. That is so cool. All right, well, I know where our second ore extractor is going to go. I say that, but considering that these things require osmium and not zeolite to construct, we should probably build one in our osmium cave first. So maybe it'll be our third one, but that's still super exciting. It's really, really exciting that we can now mine zeolite. Ooh, yes please, and thank you. I love running across these random chests that I haven't opened yet, and there's just a nice little gift bag of goodies. We'll take some free zeolite, why not? Thank you. So this is pretty good. For an episode that started out with, I don't know what we're going to do today. I think we've gotten a lot done. All right, so we'll dip in here. We'll set up our tier 2 ore extractor. And I'm going to set it kind of over here to the side, just to leave space for a second one in the future if we want. So now we can start getting super alloy. You also notice there's a whole lot more storage within this because it's a large storage container. It's not as much storage as a large storage container, but it does store more than the tier 1 ore extractor, which is really nice. Especially since we can only build one right now. I'm just going to fly around this cave, look for any chests, and just finish emptying them out. I didn't empty out all the chests first time or second time I came through here. Or apparently get all the super alloy. Keep an eye on my oxygen. There's a outpost right outside this cave, so we're good. Oh. This is one that has food and water. You know, we've got some aluminum. Let's go ahead and build a little beacon, because I did not know that this outpost had food and water in it. So let's find some titanium. The water is not as big of a deal now, because I think there's water between us and our base. And I think, yeah, there's water over here too. So the water is not as big of a deal anymore, but the food is certainly important. This is interesting. So we'll grab the soup. Ooh, rocket engine. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we'll take a couple of aluminum. May want to come back and revisit that again here soon. That was cool. Just a random crash satellite with some goodies inside of it. All right, so we'll set up a little beacon here. We'll make this red-ish for our food and health sort of outposts. That's good. That's good. I'm just going to throw these in there as well. I don't need them on me. And we'll head back. We'll dump all this stuff off. We'll check our current biomass levels and see how close we are to that tree spreader. We'll grab some iron on the way. We're still super low on iron. I told you in the beginning, that's the iron all throughout the game. Early, mid, late, you're just constantly needing iron. Even though it's not used in these late game recipes, we're not going to stop building outposts. We're not going to stop building lamps and storage containers and scaffolding. There's just a constant need for iron all throughout the game. That would be curious. Let me check. I know the large living compartment. As far as resources go, I think it actually costs a lot more than building 4 living compartments. That's fine. Missed that one. Alright, we'll grab that. And that's all we got storage for. Well, this is a pretty good little haul for not going out specifically to look for resources. Put our aluminum away. I think everything else is going to go in our main base and our bio base. Yeah, once we unlock the tree spreader, then biomass becomes much, much less significant. There's a much lower need for biomass once you've unlocked all the biomass recipes. It still helps in terms of contributing to your overall TI. But I mean, look at this. Our oxygen's at 161,000, our heat's at 72,000, pressure's at 50,000. And biomass, after like 3 or 4 rockets, is still only at 13,000. It's just going to be so much less of a factor towards your overall TI that it doesn't really matter. And so I think we're kind of done specifically focusing on biomass once we get our tree spreader. But we're still going to be getting biomass from our tree spreader and our algae generators and everything else. We're just not going to go out of our way. Probably won't be launching any more biomass rockets after this. This is interesting. It seems like I'm always staying kind of breaking even with my beans. Like the time it takes to grow 2 beans is about how long I can last on 2 beans. Ooh, it's getting dark. So let's see how our base looks with all this lighting now. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. This area was super dark last time it got dark outside. Our whole base is nice and lit up. Yeah. This looks good. This looks real good. I like it. I like it. It might be nice to move, maybe not move, but to also have some area lights over by our doors. Yeah, I think I might actually set up some area lights, not outdoor lights. I'm using the right one this time. Over by the doors on the ends of those bridges. Let's do that. So it's going to be magnesium and cobalt. So I'll grab 4. I'll do 2 on each door. The side doors. We've already got 2 on our main door. And let's check the HSV levels. So this is 82, 78, 255. That's so hard to see. I don't know if y'all could see that. I could barely see it. We'll try to match that. So we'll do that and that. Whoops, I didn't mean to build 2. So let's see. I think this was... Let's kind of eyeball it with the measurements up here first. So I think this was supposed to be 72. Now I'm not going to stress over getting these exact. We'll just kind of try to get it close. Get that around 72-ish, and this was around 88, I think. Yeah, good enough. As we used to say, it's good enough for government work. Then we'll do 2 over here. And we'll try to get these pretty close as well. So we'll slide that down to 72-ish and up to 88-ish. That is like not even close to where I was trying to put it. Whoops. All right. That's going to look a lot better. That's going to look a lot better. I don't think I want to do the whole area lights going down the bridge on every side, but I think having them framing the doors is really going to bring all 3 of those entrances together. I like the middle bridge kind of standing out from the others. Oh, we're so close, you guys. It's exciting. This is definitely happening this episode. I'm going to sit here if I have to for the next 10 minutes until we hit 65. It's not going to take 10 minutes. I really, really wish you could actually see the ingredients, the crafting materials required to make that thing before you unlock it. So it would be nice to just go ahead and collect all that. But I don't remember what it takes, so we're just going to have to wait. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping in the meantime. Stocking up on methane is good. I'm going to go collect all this algae and water and probably turn it all into bacteria. And we'll start filling up our bacteria storage container, especially since our algae storage is already full. We'll just wait for that exciting ding of unlocking a new blueprint. We're getting so much algae from that now. It's really exciting. Lots of water. I've been contemplating breaking down my atmospheric water collector and building in a second lake water collector. I think I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm happy with how it's set up right now. So we'll make as many bacteria as we can from what we've got. I'll go ahead and get the water and algae to make one more, or two more. We'll use up everything that's in our inventory. That's what I was trying to say. We'll use it all up. And then mutagens. Do we want to try to... I'll make a few of these into mutagens. Oh, speaking of which, our tree is done. There's our tree spreader. Perfect timing. Oh, so exciting. Okay, so for each of these we need... I forget what it was. Mutagen, tree bark, and a flower of some sort. Now, really quickly, here's the deal with... this. You may notice none of these recipes call for a golden nugget. The game kind of considers that a secret recipe. I mean, come on. Like you're not going to try that out. We've been getting most of our O2, all of our O2 pretty much from golden nuggets, or not golden seeds. Like we're not going to try to make a tree from golden seeds once we unlock it. So let's swap this out with that. We'll take our golden seed. I should have done that first. I don't know why I didn't start with the golden seed. And we'll throw this in there. And even though there's not a listed recipe, surprise! We can make a tree seed pliome from a golden seed. So we'll get that started. Let's throw the rest of this over here into storage. Now, let's look at our tree spreader recipe. Here it is. Energy, 31. That's a lot less than I was expecting, so that's good. So we need super alloy, bacteria, fertilizer, tree bark, and bioplast nugget. We've got most of this. We need some fertilizer. That's going to be algae, sulfur, and food. Food. I forgot all about food this episode. Our food's just been sitting here, not growing. I'm going to have to remember to stay on top of this, you guys. This is why I typically don't bother with the tier 2 food growers. Even though they grow much faster, I just forget to come clear out my food. And so it just sits there for about as long as it would have taken for me to get around to collecting it with the tier 1 food growers. So let's see, I'll try to make 3 fertilizer. 1, 2, 3. So we can build 3 of these things. Do we have the... yeah, we got the nuggets for it. And super alloy, bacteria samples, tree bark. I'm going to get my tree bark from my biodomes. I haven't been clearing these out at all this episode. We'll throw 1 in there. We'll get 2 more from our other biodome. And we'll go grab the super alloy and bacteria samples. Forgot those. So yeah, you can see between the fertilizer the tree seed, which requires a mutagen, and the tree grower, the tree spreader, it takes a lot of algae and water. All those things require bacteria samples, which are 3 algae and 3 water each. And so every single one of these requires a ton of algae and water. That's why you really want to stock up on those early on. So each of these is going to take 31 energy, so it's going to be about 93 total. Definitely good on that. And we'll check this. It says, insert a tree seed into this to grow your first trees. Place on water surface. So these actually have to be built on the water. So let's put one over here to begin with. I think, let's move our flower spreader back. Kind of free up this space. So I'm actually going to put our flowers over here. Let's kind of surround our base with grass and flowers. And then we'll put our trees along the water. At least for now. The later stage tree spreaders can be placed anywhere, but the early ones, the tier 1, has to be placed in the water. Even though it has to be placed in the water, I'm going to put this thing as close to the shore as I can so that we get a lot of trees on the ground. All right, so I forgot my tree seed. Let's go get that. Grab that. How's this thing doing? 72%, not bad. That might actually be done here before the end of the episode. So I'll throw that in there, and now we can see this is producing 1.15 parts per trillion of oxygen and 85 biomass. What is our VeggieTube, or our flower spreader, giving us? That's 1.95 parts per trillion and 33 biomass. So this actually looks like it's less. Oh, biomass is greater. It's 85 biomass, 85 grams per second. But the oxygen is less. Oh, wait. No, yeah, okay. That's 1.15 parts per trillion. That text is so hard to see. White text on a white background. That's 1.95. So yeah, this is actually producing more oxygen. But this is our 125% oxygen multiplier. Our golden seed, I didn't check to see what level oxygen multiplier we're going to get from this. No, it doesn't tell us. We're just going to have to wait and be surprised. Let's get another mutagen going. And I think we're going to swap out another one of our golden seeds with one of these guys. And then we'll start preparing a third golden seed flower spreader. I guess it'd actually be a third tree seed, which will be our second golden seed tree thing in our DNA manipulator. Okay, so that is 200% oxygen multiplier. That's good. That's real good. It's almost double what we're getting from the one we've already got out there. So these other ones that are only 125%, almost not worth it. At least not with the tier 1. Jeez, even that's 1.84 parts per trillion oxygen. It's still not as good as our flower spreader. That's amazing. This is also less energy. So really the biggest advantage is the biomass, which, as I said earlier, isn't really that important now that we've unlocked all of our biomass recipes. But it is the next thing in the game, so we're going to do it. And then we'll go check our oxygen rates, because I think the tier 2 tree spreader is going to come from our oxygen stat. So the sooner we can hit that, the better, because these tier 1 tree spreaders, surprisingly disappointing. So I'm going to put this one kind of right here. I'm going to kind of keep these close because I think we're going to want to replace these pretty soon. Need one more tree bark for that. I think I used the tree bark that I got for it to make another tree seed. And then I'm going to go ahead and build the third tree spreader, but we won't have a tree seed to put in it until that other seed finishes growing. So we'll do that next episode. And this will just be sitting here waiting. Yep. So let's finish up with some water, some food, and then we'll go take a look at our screens to see, kind of recap on the progress that we made today. I suspect it's going to be good. Alright, so we are almost halfway to trees, you guys. That's huge. We've made a lot of progress towards trees in these past 2 episodes. Our biomass, that did actually take a big leap forward. I think it was at 13,000 earlier. I suspect most of that had to do with our rocket, not so much our tree spreaders. Although we did put down 2 tree spreaders that are adding basically 1,000 grams per second. So yeah, actually maybe those came from our tree spreaders. But our oxygen's a lot higher. So let's check our blueprints. We'll unlock that tier 2 tree spreader at 7.5 parts per million. We're not even at 1 part per million yet. Oh boy. I think next episode is going to be our huge oxygen boost episode. As far as up here, we're getting pretty close to this new orbital information screen. This is new for me. I have never seen this before. I have no idea what this is going to contain, and I'm pretty excited about it. Heat and pressure, close to our nuclear fusion reactor. Believe that this actually requires these pulsar quartz, unless they changed it. So we may not actually be able to build one of these for a while, which would be disappointing because we need the power. And we've unlocked all of our pressure blueprints. So this is good. Y'all can see we're definitely getting towards the end game. There's only a few more blueprints left to unlock, even though some of them are pretty far away. So I think this is a really good place to wrap up. Got a lot done today. We built our first tier 2 ore extractor to get super alloy that we'll be able to use to build more. We unlocked our tree spreaders. We built some new upgrades to our base. And built our DNA manipulator so we can grow trees. Yeah, good episode. Got a lot done. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I have a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and I will catch you next time. Take care.